All right, so happy Friday, March 19th, 2021. Basically, we're gonna pay attention to detail and add clarity to our writing, and that's such a big deal. We know what we mean in our writing, but does our reader know? And it's important to explain and give details in everything you do. It's part of why I say no. I'm not going to take no three-word answer because you have to get used to explaining yourself. In an essay, it's like you're thinking through a problem, an issue for your reader. And to do the thinking, you have to think it out. And that's why I tell people to write the way you talk, write the way you think. Just let yourself write. You don't have to sound like you're a college professor. Just write. And then you go back and make it better and better. And the more you practice, the better your writing gets. And a lot of people's writing is getting really good in this class. So, of course, we're going to do the work now. Use my imagination, focus, and think through my writing. What can you add to make it better beyond just what I tell you to do for revisions? And that's a big part of growing as a writer, too. Let me go back. Let me revise. Revise, revise, revise. Get better and better and better. And some of the things that are revisions today will be things you do automatically tomorrow. And then your revisions can get to a higher level. So your writing just keeps getting better. And for our close, hey, just riddle. I've got a goofy riddle. I want you to come up with your own answer. Use your riddle skills, same skills you would use to do good on a test, and come up with an answer and put it in the discussion. But first, let's do our positive affirmations. Today is a good day, and I'm so glad you're here. I am tired, and I need these. So come on, say them with me. What are you? I am strong, confident, and successful. Yes, we are. And how do you feel about writing? I love writing. Yes, we do. How do I feel about schoolwork? The harder I work, the stronger I become. Amen. Amen. And Carvajal comedy. This makes me think of my wife. My wife yelled from upstairs and asked, "Do you ever get a shooting pain across your body? Like someone's got a voodoo doll of you and they're stabbing it?" I replied, "No." She responded, "How about now?" Must have made your wife pretty angry if she's stabbing a voodoo doll of you, right? I thought that was fun. So that made me laugh. Y'all probably laugh at that more when you're older. Anyway, happy Friday. So if you go to Friday's work, March 19th, I don't want the answer of Google. And in fact, I just made this thing up. So just come up with something. So what is green and blue and hops? Use the details, come up with it. I made up an answer just to be goofy, which I'm pretty good at. The Easter bunny fell into Easter egg dye. Bunnies hop. And yeah, they fell into green and blue dye. Look at that. There you go, Josue. Thank you. A green and blue basketball. Absolutely. Super fun. So if you come up with something else, put it in there, and just who cares? Just have fun with it. Take a shot. You're a good person. And let's see here. Today's work. Finished version of essay from Tuesday due today. So by midnight, it's supposed to be done. Of course, if it's late, it's late. I'm not going to take off points. Just do it as soon as possible. And then for revisions, yeah, if you turn it in just once, your grade's going to be lower. If you don't revise, your grade's going to be lower. Keep that in mind. For revisions, of course, make the changes I suggested in the comments. The big one was that most of us had a thesis, but we were missing the claim. So you want to be sure you add that why in there. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. So the question would be, how did the author's choices create this believable character or theme? And this was kind of an answer that I got. What do you think? Well, Ray Bradbury uses realistic and believable responses to problems. That's that reaction and action that a real parent would face, even though the technology itself is not realistic. So there's the answer. Realistic and believable responses. That's how the character is realistic. Well, that's the what. What do you think? Great. But what about why is that important? This is what you're going to build your essay off of. The situation and conflicts the characters had to deal with and how we responded to them makes the reader identify with him and care about the outcome. And several people wrote, he sounds like a real dad. He's trying to be nice. He's trying to take care of his family. And he's also trying to be tough too. And even though, like it says here, the technology isn't realistic, but the way he responds is. And that's what you would be focused on in your body paragraphs. You want to find examples of dad having to make tough choices. And there's at least 2 or 3 times where he does that you can give examples of and connect back to your thesis, because this is what you're trying to prove. It'll make your essay very engaging and well-focused. And that's a big part of the grade. So remember, also for introduction, you want to add an introduction before your thesis, either a personal story that relates to the theme or character, just quick, short, just a couple of sentences. Author bio, several people have done that already, and it was really cool to find out a little about the author and how it might relate to their writing. Overview of the issue or theme, talking about coming of age, talking about revenge or whatever. And then in your writing, be sure you shift the focus from about the character in the story to the author's choices if you haven't done that already. And in the body paragraphs, be sure and add a couple of quotes, explain and give details, and here's where you can find them. At the end, remember, clean up, read aloud, add paragraph breaks, spell check, skip lines between the paragraphs, and then your final version is done, turn it in. You are a good person. You suffered for success. So that's what we got going on for today. Put a response to the riddle, turn in your essay if you haven't turned it in before, or revise and turn it in if you have turned it in before. And finish this day strong. And then I hope to see some of you on Monday.